Hi, I'm Dave Spiller, Police Chief here in the city of San Rafael. Over the past several months, our police department leadership has worked to develop feedback from members of our community on policing in San Rafael. Through the course of several meetings with various community groups, including large public meetings open to the entire community, we've heard a great deal on how we're doing and what the community would like to see from us. We've been listening. Here's what we'd like to share. From the feedback that we've received, 5 major themes have emerged and they're consistent responses. These themes include improving the feelings of safety and security, to increase cultural competencies, empathy, and improve customer service skills, to build trust and improve relationships with the community, to increase diversity of the police department, and last, improve transparency, communications, and accountability. Based on these themes, the men and women of the police department are working strategically to respond to our community's collective desire to see marked improvement. Moreover, the leadership of the police department is ensuring staff is effectively directed to advancing work in these areas. As a brief update and overview, this video serves to highlight examples of the work that we have been doing as we move forward. First, let's discuss what we've implemented in terms of improving feelings of safety and security. We are increasing crime prevention presence throughout the entire Canal neighborhood. Our Special Operations Group has been reassigned to the Canal neighborhood after feedback from our community meeting last fall. The Patrol Division Commander has directed patrol teams and specialty units to increase high visibility engagement and enforcement throughout the entire Canal neighborhood. As it relates to enhanced street lighting, as you can see in this graphic, our Public Works Department upgraded existing lighting in the fall of 2022. PG&E is planning on installing 40 new lights in early 2023. Increasing traffic control methods to deter speeding and reckless driving was also feedback that we heard from the community. The Police Department's traffic unit meets regularly with the Department of Public Works to discuss traffic-related concerns and work together to provide solutions at locations of concern throughout the community. This is taking place within the Canal neighborhood as well. The division commander has directed traffic education and enforcement in the Canal neighborhood, not just enforcement, but it also includes high visibility education and targeting safety-related violations. Here's what we've done to address the second theme of increasing cultural competencies, empathy, and customer service skills. We've held trainings throughout the organization and meetings to ensure that our officers are showing empathy and showing compassion when interacting with our community. Demonstrating empathy and compassion is always an expectation within the organization. In March of this year, we developed and implemented an alternative response resource to address quality of life issues and calls for service impacting the unhoused and those in mental health crisis. This alternative response team is called SAFE, which stands for Specialized Assistance for Everyone. And it'll be a resource to the vulnerable populations throughout the city of San Rafael. Sometimes police officers are not the proper resource for every call for service. This alternative response team allows us to send the right people to the right calls. Additionally, the alternative response team will positively impact our response times throughout the community. Our police department leadership has also completed emotional intelligence training. This was also offered to several of our field training officers throughout the organization. As we continue to focus on proper training for members of the organization, we've also realized a significant expansion in our wellness initiatives and peer support for members across the entire organization. As a police department, we've created an opportunity for all of our police officers to participate in diversity, equity, and inclusion training, as well as cultural competency training. In January and February of 2023, every police department employee participated in a Beyond Diversity training program through the Museum of Tolerance. Also, the department has scheduled procedural justice and police legitimacy training scheduled for later in 2023. As a department, we work to ensure that all of our police officers have regular racial and implicit bias training. All of our officers regularly participate in bias and racial profiling training as a part of the continual professional training requirement as set forth by the California Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training. As we've heard from the community, the third theme, building trust and improving relationships with the community, clearly this is very important to us as an organization. We will share the community feedback that we've received and how we are responding to the concerns that we've received from our community. In the wake of several meetings, we are seeking to report back what we've heard and what work we are doing in this endeavor. This will be posted on our website under Policing in San Rafael. The police department has and will continue to increase participation in community events and celebrations. Our Special Operations Group has been reassigned to the Canal neighborhood and is focused on positive non-enforcement contacts as well as enforcement throughout the community. The Patrol Division Commander has directed increased high visibility, engagement, and enforcement throughout the Canal neighborhood. We continue to proactively engage with our community. Events like Coffee with a Cop, the community police academies, both in Spanish and in English, as well as events like Porch Fest, movies in the park, dining under the lights. All of these are opportunities for us to continue to engage with and build trust with our communities. While we no longer have school resource officers in the school to partner with our district staff, we continue to build relationships with youth throughout the entire community. Events like Cocoa with a Cop for youth in our community, participating in events like Reading Across America, as well as Spring into Reading. Members of the organization are excited and eager to re-implement Camp Chance this summer. Camp Chance is an opportunity for several of our department members to partner with young people in the community and engage in relationship building and education. We're also looking into newer programs such as Donuts with Dads, Shop with a Cop, and other youth-related activities to further build our engagement and relationships with youth in the San Rafael community. The fourth theme that we heard is centered on increasing the diversity of the police department workforce. We continue to recruit and hire additional multilingual officers. We are working to increase the diversity of our workforce throughout the entire police department by continuing and improving targeted recruitment efforts for all positions in the organization to address the diversity and multilingual proficiency needs of this unique community. The fifth and final theme that we've heard from our community feedback is improving transparency, communications, and accountability. We're committed to exploring and examining ways that we can help to make community members understand the numerous ways that they can file a complaint against the police department. To explore and examine how we can implement some form of police oversight with community involvement. To explore and examine how to address and ensure accountability to make sure issues regarding bias and racism brought forward from the community are dealt with responsibly. We heard feedback on these issues in our most recent community meeting held in early March, and we continue to work to explore and examine best ways to develop methods of transparency and accountability that is right for the San Rafael community. As your police chief, on behalf of the entire San Rafael Police Department, we genuinely appreciate the time and effort that you, our San Rafael community, have put into voicing your concerns and sharing constructive feedback. Thank you for listening to this message, and please subscribe to this site for any updates as they are made available. The concept of community policing is essentially the police and the community working together. Together, we will continue to work to improve policing in San Rafael.